Welcome to Building a Legacy. Today, in this video, we're going to go over our past tractors. These are tractors that we've owned before, what got us started and what we're doing now. This video is going to be what my son calls a cringe video, just me showing pictures and talking, but hopefully everybody enjoys it. Our first tractor is our John Deere L120. Had a 48-inch deck with a 20 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor. We got this tractor when we first moved into the house. We also got a snow blower. As you can see there, we do get drifts. We didn't show that this year, but as you can see, we had some pretty good drifts there at the bottom of the driveway. It was an okay to good tractor. It did the job, got everything done that we needed. Our next tractor was a mid-90s MTD garden tractor with an opposed twin Briggs & Stratton motor with, I believe it was a 46-inch deck. We got this tractor as a second tractor to our John Deere. I used this mostly to help out with other people's properties, off-grid properties, mountain properties, to mow in trails. It kind of ran okay. Wasn't my most favorite tractor. It was gear drive, 7-speed. I believe it was 7 speeds forward, 7 speeds reverse. I guess it was a CVT, whatever transmission it was. This was my first attempt with a sleeve hitch. I don't show it in this picture. Actually, what the trailer is hooked to is a sleeve hitch. I have it resting on the sleeve hitch. Played with this tractor. Again, we had this when we had the John Deere, so that I could use this, and I didn't care where it went, whereas I didn't want to ruin our main tractor. We got the John Deere around 2006, I believe. No, in 2003. We got this tractor around 2005. This was an eBay tractor. We eventually traded that in on, I believe it was a late 90s, early 2000s Craftsman 25 horsepower garden tractor. Had super big tires on the back. This was our first heavy duty garden tractor, I would say. Unfortunately, the motor did blow up on me. It was a Kohler 25 horsepower. I ended up putting a 26 horsepower Briggs & Stratton into it, and it ran fine after that. I think we put like 500 hours on it, sold it running. We did get the sleeve hitch for it, and we also got the Craftsman front bucket. This is our first attempt at a loader tractor. We use it for a variety of jobs. Here we show the moving a stump from some trees that had blown over. We had a bunch of trees go down since we've lived here. We also used it at another family's property. Here we are digging out a parking area, a stone parking area for additional cars. We also used it to take out some bushes along our garage. It was quite a handy little item for what it is, being mechanic, all lever action and manual up and down and dumping. You could do stuff with it. It was a start into using a loader. This is the first tractor that we used up at the off-grid property, which was in our last video. Have a link in the corner there. But this was the first tractor that was up there. We had cut down a whole bunch of saplings and needed to move them all, so I took the tractor up just to push the drop saplings out of the way. I actually ended up bending the bucket and had to reinforce it. We then sold this tractor and we sold our John Deere to get the next tractor, which is our first Simplicity. This was my dad's Simplicity Prestige with a 54-inch deck. I believe it was a 23 horsepower Kohler engine in it. I think I bought it with around 550, 600 hours. Had power steering. I was able to, and this I'm kind of proud of, I was able to adapt the Craftsman front bucket to the frame of that tractor. I believe that I had to use 4 washers to compensate at each bolt for the difference in the frame. I think I had to drill 1 hole in each side of the tractor frame and 1 new hole in the brackets for the Craftsman bucket. I also was able to then adapt the sleeve hitch, the Craftsman sleeve hitch, to the Simplicity tractor as shown in this picture here. Again, kind of proud of that. I was able to use both. We used it to level out some ground here at the house after we took out some bushes. I don't think I have pictures here, but I actually used it to take the stumps of those bushes into the dump trailer, pushing it up a ramp into the dump trailer. The tractor was a big help considering it's all manual. We used that tractor for about a year and a half. That tractor also came with a snowblower, the snowblower that we have on our current Simplicity tractor, the Conquest. But the Prestige had power lift and power steering. As I already mentioned, the power lift was awesome with the snowblower. We had that tractor, and I decided that I really wanted an actual front end loader tractor, which brought us to our next tractor. Now we still had the Simplicity, but we had gotten this white GT 2055. I just had to have a loader tractor, and I found it on Craigslist. It came with a 18 horsepower Briggs & Stratton V-twin motor that was shaft driven. It had a Quickway loader, which is the same manufacturer that makes the Simplicity loaders. It had its downsides. It had manual steering, no power steering, so when the bucket was loaded, the steering was very hard to move, especially if you weren't going very fast. It was hydro, but that was a bad thing because it was hand hydro, and the hand controls for the hydro was on the left side of the tractor, and the controls for the bucket were on the left side of the tractor also. So there were times that I was basically had one hand on the hydrostatic and one hand maneuvering the bucket controls, which left my legs to run the steering wheel as much as I could. Again, my first loader tractor, had to have it. It did have a 3-point hitch with it, which was nice for weights, and also we then got a sleeve hitch adapter, which we'll show later. Here we had more trees come down, and I used the white tractor to dig out the stumps, which was a fun learning experience, not really running a loader tractor before. This was the second tractor we had up at the off-grid property, as you can see in this picture. It did not go up as far as our Legacy did. I think it got halfway up where we were trying to climb with the Legacy that totally climbed the main trail. This one only went about as a third to a halfway, especially with the way it was configured. It did show me that I really liked having a loader tractor up the off-grid property to take down brush and move logs that would come down on the driveway. So it showed how capable a tractor could be, even though that tractor wasn't very capable. So we had that tractor for a little bit, and then I think I had it for about a year. Then we sold that tractor to get our Legacy. And as in previous videos, when we got the Legacy, soon after I decided to get the kids a Simplicity Broadmoor. That was in a past video. I think that's one where Zach took over. My son took over the video. That was one that we kind of cleaned up and restored. That plan didn't go the way I thought it would. I bought the tractor, I started using it, and figured out that it was kind of unstable. On our one hill that we have, I loved the cut. It was a great tractor, great small little tractor to mow with, very maneuverable, but it just wasn't stable on going sideways on the hills, and I just didn't trust it with the kids, especially if I wasn't around. So we ended up selling it, and it cleaned up rather well, as you can see in these pictures here. It's kind of fun to clean it up and restore it, and I can only say that I broke even with it. So we sold that, which leads us to our current lineup. Now, I didn't forget to mention that when we bought our Legacy, we sold the Prestige also, because, well, I just didn't have enough room in the garage for 3 orange tractors. And as you can see, this is our current fleet, our Legacy XL with the loader and 54-inch deck. We will be showing some videos soon with the deck on and using it in the yard. And then we also have our Conquest that is used in the winter here at our house, and then that gets moved to another family's property to be mowed with its 52-inch deck. That's basically during mowing season. That tractor lives there and is used at the other property, which will be shown in future videos. But that is the history of how we've gotten to this point. I apologize for no videos, but we weren't exactly videoing tractors at that time. That was only in the past couple years. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know any comments that you have. If anybody has any questions on any of the tractors that we have, feel free to put them in the comments. You know the YouTube thing. Like, share, subscribe. Other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.